everyone, it's Michelle from Scrap Secrets and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a crafty collab with my friend Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations. We also have a giveaway, so you want to make sure that you're subscribed to both of our channels and comment on both of our videos for a chance to win the card that we created. This month was Marie's turn to pick a theme, and she picked a crafty card for a crafty friend, so it's perfect for a giveaway. So for my card, I am going to be doing a fun fold because it's one of my favorite cards. I'm using a black card base. This comes from a pre-made pack from either Michael's or Hobby Lobby that measures 5 by 6.5 inches, and we're going to make it a Z fold with a pop-up. I'm using some supplies that I have had in my stash for a little while. The frames are Hero Arts nesting dies. The heart is from a Hero Arts, I don't think this was a kit, I think it was just a set of stamps and dies that went together. So there's a bunch of crafty images and sayings, and then there are some dies in there, and the heart actually cuts out. It's almost like the ball of string, but it's in the heart shape, and then the heart goes around it. So that's where the heart comes from. The hands come from the MFT Crafty Hands die set. And there's also a sentiment from another Hero Arts set. And I apologize, I don't have the names of the Hero Arts sets around. So to create the Z fold, I did go ahead and fold the front of the card over, which would be at the 2.5 inch mark. Full transparency, I actually did go ahead and fold another card because it did not fold nicely. There was a big crease in it. I can't find my bone folder. I have no idea what happened to it, so it's got to be somewhere in my craft room. The cats may have knocked it off the desk and were playing with it. So I actually end up using like a little spatula that I use for pastes and things like that to score. So whatever you have works. So I go ahead and fold that and make the Z fold. And now I'm going to be stamping out the sentiment, and we are going to be heat embossing it. So I went ahead and did the anti-static powder tool on the black piece of cardstock, used my Versamark ink with my stamp wheel, stamped out the sentiment, and then I am dumping this glitter embossing powder onto the sentiment. And it says, "When life gives you hands, make handmade." And I thought that was really cute, and that's why I cut out the hands from that MFT set, because I wanted it to be holding the heart. So we're going to go ahead and heat emboss. When I heat emboss, I generally like to heat my heat tool up off camera for a couple of seconds. That way it helps with the warping of the paper. So while I'm doing this and prepping some other pieces, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you're going to see in the end of the video. I do apologize for any shadows and things like that that you're going to see in the video. Lucy, who is my cat who's almost 21, she decided that she wanted to come up and craft with me, so I could not kick her off of the desk. I felt terrible, but I had to get this done because I was on a time crunch. I just got back from Florida, and Marie wanted to go ahead and get this up by the end of the month, and I said that I was fine with it, and I always overestimate how long it's going to take me to do things. So apologize if you hear some noise in the background. Brownie is eating, Oreo is playing with his I have like a figure 8 track, and there's a ball in it that lights up, and he decided that he wants to play with it now. So the cats are very present in this video. They're present in a lot of my videos, so I apologize for the noise. For Lucy on there, I actually did include a picture of Lucy sleeping on the desk because I just thought it was adorable, but that's at the end. So I went ahead and glued the frames together with my Honeybee Bee Creative glue, and then I'm going to attach the hands to kind of like the bottom corners of that frame because I want the hands to be holding the heart. I love this. I just thought this was so cute. I had pretty much this card in my mind, and this is is almost exactly how I had it in my mind is how it came together, which very rarely happens if you've watched any of my videos. So as I'm putting things together, this is when Lucy decides that she's going to jump up on here. So I actually am going to, there is going to be part of it that is cut out, gluing the sentiment onto the heart. I don't think you guys needed to see that. I think you guys know how to glue things together, but I did have to cut out some things because Lucy did jump up onto the desk. The boys were really bothering her. They were down in the craft room, and sometimes just their presence bothers her and she growls, but she wanted to be super close to me, and I think it's probably because I've been gone. We were in the Dominican for, I think, 6 days, 5 nights, and then I was in Florida for, I think, 5 days, 4 nights. I think that's what it turned out to be. My niece Madeline was cheering in the World Cup cheerleading competition. She did amazing. Unfortunately, neither one of her teams made it to the second day, but she cheered her heart out. She had barely half an hour in between the 2 performances, and I give her so much credit. There were so many people there, and I don't know how she wasn't scared to death to go up and do it, but she did it, and she was amazing. Her teams both performed really, really well, and there was a lot of stiff competition. So I've been gone a lot, and I think she's just wanted to be next to me. Okay, so back to the card again. We're gluing the pieces together. So I glued the hands on, glued the front heart on, and then because you're going to be able to see this because it's a Z-fold card, I wanted to just back the back of the heart so you didn't see the hands and everything. So you can see here's Lucy. She was getting up on the desk and she just kind of wanted to be in on everything. She was licking some of the stuff. She was, trying to grab my hand. So we went ahead and finished assembling that, and then we are going to be gluing the pieces onto the Z-fold. So I have this turquoise or tealish color piece, and it measures 1/4 inch smaller, so 2 1/4 by, I think it's 6 1/4 inches. And then I have the same pattern paper that the heart is, and we're going to put that in the middle. I do make a mistake here in 1 minute, and you'll see it, and it was really easy to go ahead and fix, but you want to make sure that you glue all of the pattern papers down first before you go ahead and glue down this connector piece. So this is where you're going to see that I do not have my bone folder, and I was trying to put on her. So you're going to score at 3/4 inch. I think it's 1.5 inches, and then 2 1/4 inches. You're going to score, and this measures 3 by, I think it's 2.5 inches. But I will hopefully remember to put the measurements in the description box, but it's however big you want or however tall you want the piece to be. It can be 3 inches wide, but if you want it taller, then you're going to want the other measurement to be longer, but it depends on what you want to attach in there. So you're going to score it on all 3 of the score lines, but then you're going to want to put glue on the 2 ends, like folding it in half, kind of like you were taking the piece of paper and folding each side in half. So kind of like a card, folding the left side in half and folding the right side in half, if that makes sense. And then you're going to want to wait to glue the piece of paper down. So I took some of the spare, some of the leftover of that tealish paper that I have. I took a lawn fawn. I think this is a lawn fawn. Yes, it was a lawn fawn. Background hearts die, went ahead and cut that out for whatever size was left. And then I took that same mirror color cardstock, or that mirror foil cardstock in silver that I had, and then backed that. I did originally have a black piece behind it, but then I thought it was too thick and I didn't want to do too many layers on it because it has the pop-up already. So I just decided to go ahead and glue that straight down onto the mirror paper. And then we're going to glue the back of that onto the card base. Again, I apologize that half of the screen is Lucy. I did my best to work around her, but at almost 21 years old, if she wants to craft with me, girlfriend gets to craft with me. We work around her. So putting glue back on those 2 spots, and then the middle score mark is going to line up with the center fold in your card, and then that's going to create the little pop-up. Oh, I wanted to create something for the inside. I wanted to do a sentiment because I didn't want to take away from the heart piece there. So I'm going to, that was the only piece that I really didn't know what I was going to do when I looked at it. I wasn't sure if I was going to put that frame piece on the inside, but I thought it was a little bit too flimsy to do that. I felt like it didn't have enough structure. Maybe if I had put a piece of cardstock in the middle, it would have been a little bit sturdier. But I decided to just go ahead and glue the left side down. Make sure that you glue the correct side down, depending on which side your Z-fold is on, because otherwise you will glue your card shut. You only want to make sure that you glue the parts that are going to be on the very left-hand side of the Z-fold, if your Z-fold is on the left-hand side. So I also decided to cut out a Polaroid. So this one I think is from Mama Elephant. It is narrow but long, and you can see Lucy has decided to move where she was going to craft, so I went ahead, or where she was going to lay, so I did move the camera over to the other side, so I apologize for any glare. Cut the Polaroid out of the same foil cardstock, backed it with that same teal color cardstock. I wanted to keep the colors very consistent. And then we're going to be stamping in some Lawn Fawn jet black ink for the sentiment for the inside. Again, it's another crafty sentiment, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it says, but you'll see it when I stamp it. I did stamp this off screen because, again, you know how to stamp. There was not enough room on my desk either. The one thing that I did do to decorate the bottom of the Polaroid was I took some of the hearts from the fallout piece from the right background that I did from Lawn Fawn, that big heart die. I had all these little heart pieces left over, and I thought that would be really cute to incorporate them in there. So added that. And then went ahead and stamped that piece out, put some glue on to the very top piece of that little pop-up, and lined up this thing. So it says, "A crafty life is a happy life." What you want to do, just one little note, is make sure that you put it on there as close to the edge as possible, but not on the edge because it'll start to crinkle up. So you want to just place it on there. And then that is the crafty card for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will leave a link to Marie's channel down below so you can go check out her project. I don't know what she made, but I'm super excited to see it because I know it's going to be adorable. Oh, here's a picture of Lucy sleeping, and that is why didn't have much room on my desk, so I wanted to show you guys that. But here is the card. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video. Bye!